Graphing linear equations. During this video, we're going to look at the graphs of a few different functions. While we're looking at the graphs, I want you to keep in mind two questions. What is the constant in each of the following functions, and what changes in the function? So remember, a constant is what stays the same, and what changes is going to be what changes or varies in the function. So here's our first function, y equals x plus 3. And I went ahead and substituted in values for x. So I have 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then got my output for the y and wrote the ordered pairs. Then I went ahead and graphed those ordered pairs, starting with the x and then the y. So 0, 3, 1, 4, and so on. Then I connected the dots, or the points, with a straight line. So this is the graph of function y equals x plus 3. This function is y equals x plus 0. And again, I substituted values in for x for our input and got our output and wrote the ordered pairs. And then graphed the function. This is the function y equals x plus negative 3. And again, I have my ordered pairs here, and I graph them on the coordinate plane. So what is the constant in each of the following functions? So what stays the same no matter what number I input into the function? So for the first one, y equals x plus 3, no matter what number I input for x, I'm always going to add 3 to that number. So adding 3 doesn't ever change. So 3 is my constant. In the second one, 0 is my constant. And in the third one, negative 3 is my constant. What changes in each function? Well, the x and the y, or the input and the output. So those are your variables. They change or vary depending on what number you input. Your y is going to change. So those constants in a linear function are called the y-intercept, because that tells you where on the graph the line intercepts the y-axis. So if we look at our three functions, we can see here that the y-intercept is 3, 0, and negative 3. So that should tell us where on the y-axis, which is the vertical axis, the line will intercept. And let's look at the first one. The y-intercept is 3, and here's where the line intercepts at 3. Here, the y-intercept is 0, and the line intersects the y-axis at 0. Here, the y-intercept is negative 3, and it intersects at negative 3. So when you have a function, the constant that stays the same is your y-intercept. And that tells you where the function crosses the y-axis.